Welcome to Loco Gringo, Mexico, where we can take you beyond the usual on your vacation. Each week we talk with amazing locals who know the Riviera Maya and Yucatan like only locals can. Get real tips to real places, insights on the local scene, culture, and cuisine from a local's perspective. So pour yourself a margarita, mezcal, or tequila, grab yourself a comfy chair, and let's get the show going.
Hola, and welcome to Loco Gringo, Mexico. My name's Kay Walton, your host, and thanks so much for joining us. I get emails from people who absolutely love the show because we talk to all sorts of interesting people. We've had divers and yoga instructors, explorers, authors, chefs, lots of chefs. We love foodies. And today we're going to be talking to a woman who is a self-proclaimed child of the world. She is an instructor of a program, World Citizen of the Arts. And she also is running what she refers to as an oasis of the arts in Playa del Carmen. And that oasis is called La Lotus Rouge. Natasha Alban is the founder of La Lotus Rouge, and she has a fascinating background in the arts and a passion for the world. And you're going to hear today her story on how she's bringing together the cultures of the world right here in Playa del Carmen. This episode is brought to you by Playa. Lots of people ask us for information and help when it comes to real estate, whether they're looking for retirement, an investment property, or maybe they're looking to relocate to the area. And we refer them over to our friends at Playa. The folks at Playa we've known for years, and they'll make sure that you, the buyer, are fully protected and informed when it comes to buying real estate. So if you're looking to buy a piece of paradise, check out our friends at buyplaya.com. Natasha, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Kay. Very well. And you?
Fine, thanks. Hey, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm really excited. We get to talk to all sorts of very interesting people. And I have heard wonderful things about La Lotus Rouge. And I thought, I had to have you on the show. And I wanted you to share with our listeners and everything a little bit about your story because it's really interesting. Because I know you're originally from Germany, right?
Yes, that's true. Yes, But I'm from the world.
You're from the world.
From the world. I think that I belong to the world. I am German, yes, by my birth, it's German. But I think I have total global thinking, and so I'm like a world citizen.
And so tell me a little bit about your background in art and how you found yourself here in the Riviera Maya.
My background about arts, it's a very strange one because I graduated in Germany in arts, and I wanted to study arts, but my parents didn't want me to study arts. But then I studied French literature and art history, and I never arts intellectually spoken, besides the fact that I like to go to representations and performances. Never left me. And so in 2010, I was invited to a teacher training because I became an international teacher trainer in the field how to become a world citizen through the arts of the 5 continents. And so I was invited into many countries, and in 2010 to Cuernavaca. And I fell in love with Mexico. Cuernavaca is beautiful. They have beautiful mountains, but I was born on the North Sea in northern Germany. And I miss always the water, so I need to live where is water. And I explored a lot of places on the Pacific, but I already knew the Mayan culture here in Quintana Roo and Yucatan, but I never went to Playa del Carmen. And when I was working in internet, always appeared the name Playa del Carmen, and then I was like, I have to go there, and I have to see it. I knew that it is not far from Tulum, of course. So, and I came to Playa del Carmen, and I felt like, a special energy. And I was like, yes, like a kind of inspiration, also maybe coming through the history of this place, the Mayan history. And and I decided to open my art project here.
Can you tell me what does it mean when you mention teaching to become a world citizen of the arts? What is that?
It's a very special method. Let's say an example in how I teach. I take either a sculpture or a painting out of a country of the world, and literature is also my passion, and so I give, there are different kinds of approaches I can make, but this is only one. So I take out like 10 words out of this painting or the sculpture, which describes the artwork. And then the students have to write a story about they have to put together those 10 or 12 or whatever, 14 words into a story. It can be the literary gender. I don't mind. It can be a monologue, a dialogue, a theater play, a short story, whatever they want, a poetry, whatever they want. But they have to put them together. So intellectually, they become like, it's like a writing workshop. And then they present what they wrote, but they can present it. They don't present it like only in reading. They present it in an artistic way. They can sing what they wrote. They can do a theater play. They can paint maybe their story. They can make a sculpture out of it. They can dance their story. So, like in a classroom, the classroom, or even in the universities, the university room becomes totally an art room, and it's just wonderful. And then after that, I present the artwork from the foreign country, and mostly the stories they wrote, they don't have nothing to do with what the artwork represents. And mostly I take like abstract words, some concrete words, but I never evoke the name of the country we are talking about. And then yes, and then I present this artwork, and then they're always very, very amazed, because they are like, wow. And then we reveal from which country this artwork comes, and then we travel to this country. Like I had, like with Yemen, I had a sculpture representing a lapidation of a woman. And so we went to Yemen, we studied architecture of Yemen. So those are sequences. Yes, it's another kind of teaching. It's not like 1 hour that, 1 hour that, 1 hour that. It's like to have this teaching method, we need like 3 hours, and one can do that the whole school year, so they can evoke any continent. Yes, that's what it is about. It's about the culture and the soul of the foreign countries.
That's absolutely fascinating. Now, as a world citizen, was that your inspiration behind La Lotus Rouge, which I'll just explain to everybody? La Lotus Rouge really is an oasis of the arts, correct, Natasha?
Yes, that's true. It's like the name oasis means that around there are no arts. So it's a real oasis, like in the desert. And yes, and it's a little difficult, because the Lotus Rouge on one hand is an art place, wants to show people wants to allow people to get immersed by arts. And but I have everywhere, I have 5 salons of the 5 continents, and we teach also in those 5 continents, and the people also go and eat or drink something in the 5 continents rooms. So I have two aspects I joined in this art project. And also it's in the decoration. The decoration is totally a mixture between, like a crazy mixture between objects of the whole world, you see?
That's awesome. Now, let me ask, is it continually a work in progress? Do you find that the Lotus Rouge is continually evolving?
Yes, and we get more and more successful. It has been extremely difficult in the beginning, and I am outside of the beaten path because I'm a little far from the Fifth Avenue, and yes, but I don't do marketing. And I should, but I don't have time because I'm working alone on a lot of things, a lot of aspects. But more and more people come in, and what is wonderful is when they thank me and they say, Natasha, thank you for having done this place in Playa del Carmen. So that's wonderful. And 2 days ago, I had also the university unit from Playa del Carmen here. I work more and more with schools and universities, and also I invited the university, la Universidad Tecnológica de Gastronomía of Playa del Carmen to my place, and I prepared a beautiful session about the arts like poetry and even songs and paintings, the arts in gastronomy. And it's very interesting, and I made it totally international, yes, because I always want to input global thinking, yes, and I want to input through this what unites us, because all the people want to separate us, and arts unite the people. So I did this interesting conference, and I was also invited to the university like 2 weeks ago, but they teach French, and I did also like a world citizen course, and there were a lot of students. It was wonderful. So I began, to spread this idea little by little also to the existing more in right now the universities. The schools, no, not really that much.
Now, I have heard that one of the missions for La Lotus Rouge is to meet with the civilizations of the world. And do you find that the people coming to your oasis of art, are you finding them coming from not only Mexican nationals, but visitors from all over the world? Have you been able to bring together a mix of the cultures visiting the area?
Yes, totally. And the place is very cheerful. So the decoration I have makes possible the encounter. The people from whatever country they come in, they talk together. They not like sit just down and individually. We have also live music, and we have dance, we have theater, we have a lot of different artistic shows, and it's beautiful how they communicate together. And also I wanted to add that I propose every month, at least once a month, a night representing a country, African night or a night from Afghanistan. I have a very good cook, so we prepare a menu for that night, and we have mostly, if we cannot not always, we have live music, or we make Indian night, and also, yes, I try through those initiatives, I try to get involved the people, yes, into the culture of the foreign countries, because what is going on, we don't have any place where we have the globalization, the economic one, but we don't know anything really about the soul of the other civilizations. So that is also the mission of the Lotus Rouge, and that's why I teach through arts, because arts reflect the soul of a culture, and arts permit us to understand the otherness. Yes, so we really need something like a global cultural approach, that we have to know more what people are thinking, what people are feeling in the other parts, in the other cultures of the world. Nobody gives that. Only Japan, which is a very fascinating country, only Japan right now. My background is a teaching background. I became an artist in 2009. So before I was a university teacher. So I'm always interested in all what is going on in the educational world. And Japan is the only country in the world proposing like world citizen classes. They have a real curriculum since it must be the second year they do it. No other country has something like that. I don't know exactly. Maybe they are technical. What I like in arts, what I like going to arts is that I know that we need like academic teaching. Of course we need that. I never said that we will renounce on that. But arts permit other dimensions, arts permit to go into other dimensions, other teaching methods don't allow, because arts by definition appeal to our five senses and to our emotional intelligence.
I'm absolutely fascinated, because I think a lot of, as you've mentioned earlier, is that it's sometimes the arts are getting lost in today's world. Whether it's we all get buried. For me, I'm buried in technology, and the way some of the politics have gone in the world has made it a little crazy. So it's beautiful to reconnect people with the arts from all over the world in a setting such as is La Lotus Rouge in Playa.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I think so. We need those projects more like my place in the world. I will try to sell this concept, but I need support, because I want to have to get a patronage if possible. And the real project is about 500 square meters. Right now I have 300 square meters, because what I also wanted to tell you, I want to come back. It's very difficult to understand my place, because there are different aspects. I relate different artistic fields and senses here in one place. So it's very difficult. And I think, I just lost my thread. No, but it comes back. So what is interesting in my place also is I make arts alive. You can have a lot of activities herein for free. And sometimes it's so beautiful when it comes up. I have a beautiful stage. I have a stylish circus tent. And this place is very successful. People love that place the most. And I have two acrobatic fabrics, and I have an acrobatic hoop, and I have a lot of hulas. I have trampolines. So sometimes when they are in a special mood, they begin to do a show by themselves. And I have a lot of music instruments also. And it happens when I have mostly every night live music. But then with some people they meet by chance, and then they go inside in the red salon, and then there's a piano, there's a guitar, there are djembes, there are other instruments. And I have all the equipment like microphones and everything. So, and then suddenly, spontaneously, they do parallel to the other music outside, their own band inside. And I love it. I just love it when it becomes totally crazy like that. And you can paint at any time for free. So it's a new concept. It's I wanted really an encounter with the arts. Yes, I wanted that. It's an encounter with the arts, and then and next to that is that idea of a world citizen, because I want to do something for peace in the world. I was about to join like a humanitarian association or do this project here. So, and I decided to do this art project, but it's really about peace in the world. So, but it's just a very beautiful experience, and the people coming in are always very nice people, and they begin to dream when they come in, yes, and that's what I wanted.
What a beautiful way to unite people. It's absolutely incredible, Natasha. Let me ask you, you've traveled around Mexico. You mentioned Cuernavaca. Are there other areas of Mexico that you'd like to visit or you have a fondness for?
I know Mexico quite well because I really fell in love with the country. I know most places of Mexico, but I don't know, you will say that's amazing. I don't know Chiapas. I still want to go one day. And I don't know Jalapa and Veracruz. So, but I know San Miguel de Allende, Querétaro, Guanajuato, Zacatecas, all what is about culture, and a lot of other regions, yes. And it's a very interesting country.
Now, if you had to tell someone who is visiting the area some cultural things they really should take advantage of while they're visiting the Riviera Maya and Yucatan, what would those things be?
There are not a lot, but they built a theater, so that's very beautiful. So there are a lot of things. They have a good program, so somebody who wants to take something different can go there. You have also the park La Ceiba. It's a beautiful park and very didactical, and you can, there's another place, no sé, algo con Marino, there's another cultural place. Now I don't know the name anymore. It's in the part of La Colosio in Playa del Carmen. And you also have, right now, you can just walk a little and leave this famous, so-called famous Fifth Avenue and hang out, walking around and take your time. And one will discover a lot of murals. They did really beautiful murals. So it's, Playa del Carmen is not only the Fifth Avenue and the beach. Yes, there. Right now it came back. The other place is named Caracol Marino. And then you also have in Plaza de las Americas. You have the Cultural Institute, La Casa de la Cultura. And yes, and now yesterday, I don't know if you know them, and I don't remember the name, came in two young people, and they proposed like cycling trips through Playa, but the other Playa you are talking about, the more authentic Playa, the more cultural Playa, and yes, so yes, there are possibilities more and more to get involved into arts.
Now, Natasha, where is the best place for people to get more information about the activities that you have at La Lotus Rouge, or if they want to get in touch with you, where's the best place? Is that Facebook or your website?
I don't have a website of my place. I have Facebook, yes, under the name, the same name, Lotus Rouge, and also in TripAdvisor there are a lot of pictures and commentaries, and that's how they mostly can also see how it looks like inside. It looks like in a fairy tale.
Well, beautiful. I want to stop by and visit your fairy tale and and spend some creative time. I might want to pick up a paintbrush and see
Yes,
what
of
comes
course.
up.
I love that. I really would love that. I love it when it's also very nice. So the people, they can take home. I wanted to organize something, but I didn't have time. Like that, people can come in officially or make it known officially, and they can paint. I also give painting classes. They can come in and paint their impressions. That would be lovely, no? Their impressions, and they paint it on a canvas. And also, I know how to do sculptures, little small sculptures, maybe of the gods of the Mayan history. And yes, they can come in and take home their impressions in another way. Instead of buying everything, they can really express themselves. Yes, and maybe that's more enriching for them.
Wow. I keep coming up with the word beautiful because I think the concept is just absolutely wonderful and beautiful and so necessary for not only the area, but for the world in general. Natasha, congratulations on such a great project.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for giving me the possibility to talk to you about this project.
Oh, my great pleasure. My great pleasure. Well, are you inspired now to move down here? Do you want to move down here and have a little place of your own? Well, then you need to talk to our friends at By Playa. You know, they have a friendly and knowledgeable international staff. They speak lots of languages, and they are known as being a buyer's agent. Well, what does that mean? That means they are only going to show you and sell you properties they know that have escrituras, and escritura is a title. And it's part of their due diligence to make sure the title is clear, there's no liens, and that the person who's selling the property is actually the owner. By Playa works with lawyers that specialize in fideicomisos, which is a Mexican trust. You may have heard of it already before. And they can address things such as capital gains problems immediately and right up front, so that you have no surprises along the way to closing. So contact our friends at By Playa at buyplaya.com. Thanks for tuning in today. And now before you go, I just wanted to remind you that you can find today's show notes at locogringo.com/podcasts. And we will have the address and links over to La Lotus Rouge on their Facebook page. We'll also have a link over to a recent blog post that we did. And just to give you a little sidebar, actually, I had a conversation with Natasha after the show, and I asked her if La Lotus Rouge was available for private events, and she said, yes, it is. So if you're looking for a very special time in an event, evening out for your friends, family, or group while you're here in the Riviera Maya, we can hook you up with La Lotus Rouge. You can just contact Paulina, our concierge, and Paulina, her email address is concierge@locogringo.com.
Thanks for listening. If you like the show, be sure to subscribe. For links, show notes, and more information, head on over to locogringo.com or give us a call toll-free at 800-478-0081.
Porque se tragó la luna, estaba enferma la rana, su madre soba que soba, dedos de pluma la panza, pensó ranita que luna era una toronja blanca, y aunque la luna es de leche, la leche estaba cortada, croa, croa, dedos de pluma, croa, croa, dedos de agua, croa, croa, dedos de pluma.